Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the 4 to 5. I'm Ari Chilton alongside Lauren Coleman and Stacey Spivey.
Hey, welcome, welcome. If you're watching on air, online, Fire Stick, Roku, and the WFNY News 2 app.
And we're also on Facebook, so be sure to tune in on there. Give us a shout in the comment section. Let us know that you're here.
Now let's get to your top story at 4. Today, a nurse indicted in the death of John Neville pleaded not guilty. Michelle Hewins is facing an involuntary manslaughter charge after Neville died at the Forsyth County Detention Center back in 2019. 5 detention officers were also involved, but a grand jury did not bring any charges against them. Investigators say Neville fell from his bunk during a medical episode and was moved to an observation room. An autopsy revealed he died from a brain injury after being restrained. Last month, the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office agreed to a $3 million settlement with Neville's family. In case you missed it, the Greensboro Police Department released body cam video from a deadly shooting involving a now former officer. The incident under investigation comes from a police call last November on Cloverdale Drive. Officers say a wanted man was trying to get into a house, and that's when they found 29-year-old Joseph Lopez behind the house in a shed. While confronting him, investigators say former officer Matthew Hamilton shot Lopez and killed him. A closer look at the video, it shows former officer Hamilton standing outside of the shed door with his canine and telling Lopez to come out with his hands up. Hamilton warned Lopez multiple times that if he doesn't come out, he'll send in a canine. Lopez doesn't comply, prompting Hamilton to send the dog in, to which he follows behind. That's when you can hear Lopez yell out, but it's unclear what he says. Then Hamilton fires one shot. After firing the shot, Hamilton tells the other officers that he saw something in Lopez's hands. Multiple officers then get inside the shed, rendering aid to Lopez before taking him outside to EMS. Investigators determined Lopez died at the scene. This week, the case reached a grand jury. On Monday, the grand jury indicted Officer Hamilton for manslaughter, and Greensboro police fired him. Hamilton turned himself in yesterday after being booked, and posting bond, he got to leave. Hamilton's attorney says the officer's actions were justified. Lopez's family disagrees and filed a civil lawsuit against Hamilton.
Let's now turn to your 4 to 5 roundup. Today, the bipartisan committee investigating the January 6th U.S. Capitol attack kicks off a series of hearings. House members have conducted more than 1,000 interviews and plan to lay out some of their findings. They're also expected to present never-before-seen material and speak with a filmmaker who documented the entire event. The first hearing starts tonight at 8 o'clock. This week, firefighters across the Triad have responded to several house fires. In Burlington, officials say one of the fires started in a home that didn't have working alarms. To prevent similar incidents, today the department canvassed a neighborhood checking detectors. They were also there to help replace batteries if needed. Well, right now, more Americans are looking for unemployment help. New data shows benefit applications rose by 27,000 last week. According to the Labor Department, that's the highest it's been since mid-January. Amid reports of companies freezing hiring or contemplating layoffs, economists are keeping a close eye on jobless claims data. A new report is expected next week.
With summer here, many may be looking for a seasonal job to make some extra cash. The Better Business Bureau is warning job seekers to look out for employment scams that could take money out of their pocket. According to the BBB, 30% of employment scams happen during the summer. The organization says criminals will pose as a company looking to hire, send you a check to buy equipment, then ask you to send back any money left over. Victims quickly find out the check was fake and now need to pay back the money. This happened to one man who applied for a fully remote office assistant job for a fake company headquartered in Statesville.
He was told he needed to book hotel rooms, and he was given a check for almost $13,000 and told to deposit it into his bank account. Well, in the meantime, his instructions were changed and he was told to instead send $3,000 via Cash App to another assistant. So he did. Well, after he did that, the bank came back to him and said, you know what? That check bounced. And now you are on the hook for $3,000.
The BBB says the types of jobs where it usually sees scams are for remote workers, secret shoppers, wrapped vehicles, nannies, or caregivers. Employment scams can often open the applicant up to financial harm and identity theft.
So there's lots of dangers out there once you start handing over personal information to a company, or in this case, a scammer, to somebody that you've never met, that you haven't in most cases even talked to on the phone, because a lot of times, and in most instances, these job scams are done via text or email.
The BBB says there are several ways to avoid job scams. Research the job offer. Call or go directly to the actual company's website for contact information to verify the job posting. Do an internet search with the name of the employer and the word scam to see if there are reports involving job scams. Examine the email address of those offering jobs to see if it matches the protocols used by an actual company. Be alert for Gmail business email addresses and watch out for on-the-spot job offers. Be aware of offers made too quickly without an interview. Also, if you don't at least do a Zoom interview, the BBB says the job is probably a scam. An employer is not going to hire you by text only.
Some great advice there. And whether you're looking for a job or just searching the web, you should always think before you click. Experts say common online pitfalls are fake accounts, contests and giveaways, phishing emails, and ad-driven phone apps. Tech gurus suggest managing online protection by actually reading those privacy policies and understanding your settings. They recommend you not share personal information online and beware of downloading certain programs. Lastly, don't forget to keep that password strong. Don't use something that's easy to guess. I think it's so important about those apps. We all download apps. We don't know where they come from. There's all that fine print. It's just best to be really safe.
And you
with
never
that.
read it. I mean, if everybody's honest, nobody's reading all that. Plus, sometimes it's so much legalese that it loses me, you know.
And just being aware of all the links that come in some of these like text messages we get
all
or
the time.
emails. There's an email that I keep saying that says it's from Facebook, but it's not really from Facebook. And it keeps saying that my work Facebook page will be deleted if I don't click this link to verify. And I panicked and I emailed it to one of our managers and I was like, is this real? Because I'm not trying to lose 14,000 of my followers that I worked hard to build up, but it made it look very believable. And she said, this is fake. Glad you sent this to me. Do not touch it.
That's one of the things you should do, is always alert your management if it's at work, if it's a work environment, because they have teams that deal with this, or at least someone they know.
Yeah,
that
I feel
can do
like
that.
the text messages, the scams there have really gotten bad on my phone.
yes.
They have.
I get them all the time. Like I get one that's like from AT&T saying like, you've paid your monthly bill, blah, blah, blah. Here's your receipt.
You're like,
and
I
I'm
use
like,
Spectrum.
what? It's
Right,
so
right.
confusing. And I could see where it could really target certain people of a certain age group that would click on it.
They wouldn't know.
And they're getting super clever because Verizon had one a couple months ago where it texted something from your own number.
Yes.
And it was like, click this link.
Oh,
and I was
wow.
like, okay, this is weird. But it looks so believable, but I still didn't touch it. And then Tanya did a story on it like 2 days later.
So
so I knew it was fake.
I had something similar where I looked at my credit card statement one time and it was like 50 cents, 70 cents a month from the same thing. I'm like, what is that? And I went in and looked and they said, oh, this is fraud. And so I went ahead and reported it. They blocked it or whatever. But when I spoke to the bank about it, they say there are organizations that do this and that's all they do. They do 50 cents, but they've got 8 million people
Oh my
that they're
gosh.
hitting up. And some people just think, oh, it's just some
Oh,
fee.
that's
It's
just like
a
Apple,
bank
something
fee
I bought or
yes.
something, yeah.
And then they're making millions off 70 cents at a time. So.
Good thing you called. It's
think
it's
about
a
it.
wild world out here.
It's true, it's true. All right, let's check the forecast. Nothing wild there. We've got some good stuff coming up over the next few days. Some changes. Unfortunately, our rain looks like it might be here for the first half of the day on Saturday, or if you have to be anywhere overnight, Friday night, that might be the case too. But the temperatures aren't bad. 87 in the Triad, 91 in Charlotte. The thing that makes this different, when you say, what do you mean temperatures aren't bad, Jill? 91 in Charlotte, 87 here. The fact that our humidity levels are a little more tolerable right now, that makes everything feel so much better. When you see 50s, and I love this graphic because a lot of people ask us, what does the dew point mean? It can be a little confusing, but when you break it down like this, it makes sense. Dew point readings in the 40s are pleasant, 50s are comfortable. That's where we are right now at 53. Starts to get humid in the 60s, and when you get in the 70s for dew points, that's almost like tropical moistures. That's a little oppressive for the human body. 61 will be the low tonight. Humidity dropping. This is good. 82 tomorrow, partly cloudy, lower humidity. I think that's probably one of the best days we're going to see for a while. A lot of the activity from a thunderstorm standpoint now is down in the Sandhills and Coastal Plains, so away from the Triad. We've got good conditions for a while. Now this front moves through, which is what's happening right now. High pressure makes it nice for tomorrow. Your Friday looks good, but here comes, this is overnight Friday night into Saturday morning. Let's stop it right here. That's noon on Saturday, and that's a lot of rain right there for some parts. Now it is a frontal-driven system, right? So it'll be a line of showers and thunderstorms, not our normal pop-up variety. But that is something we need to watch for the first half of the day on Saturday. Then we salvage the weekend. So even if you have plans for Saturday night, I think you're going to be in good shape there, just not during the day on Saturday. That's a 40% chance of scattered showers and storms. High temperatures, low 80s Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Beautiful, dry, and 86. And we turn the heat up after that. We'll throw in a 20% chance of a late day pop-up shower here or there, and that's kind of what you would see in the summertime forecast anytime we have temperatures that warm. Highs between 90 and 92 from Monday through Thursday.
It's time to verify. It lights up the sky far off in the distance. A beautiful backdrop to a peaceful evening on your porch, just taking it in. But this seemingly harmless weather phenomenon is often misunderstood and quite possibly misnamed. You've heard it called heat lightning. Is it true heat lightning is harmless, or is it more than it's cracked out to be? Our sources to verify are the National Weather Service and WFMY News 2 meteorologist Christian Morgan.
When we talk about heat lightning, we have just a typical thunderstorm. Then we also have you standing a good ways away from that thunderstorm, and especially in the thunderstorm in the middle of summer when we talk about thunderstorms getting really tall and really big, these are the ones that can typically be the most severe or the strongest thunderstorms that have a lot of lightning. But this heat lightning phenomenon is really based all off your line of sight. So as you are a long ways away from that thunderstorm, especially if elevation is involved, you're just seeing the illuminated cloud tops. You're not actually seeing the bolt of lightning. So when you're that far away from it, you actually don't even hear the thunder.
So in conclusion, we verified no, heat lightning is not harmless. If you can't hear it, you are probably far enough away from it to be safe in the moment. But remember, it is regular lightning in a storm that could be coming your way. The National Weather Service says, remember the term, when the thunder roars, go indoors. So prepare to take cover as the storm gets closer. With your Verify, I'm Megan Maleris. If you have a question you want verified, just send it to us. You can also include any related video or social media post. Just email it to verify@wfmy.com.
Today on U-Day, Coach Lamont shares a message about the power of letting go and creating greater value in our lives.
A man sat close to an open window on a train as he traveled through the countryside. Opening up a box of expensive brand new shoes, the train hit a sharp corner and one of the shoes he was holding fell out of the train window. A nearby traveler felt sorry for the man, and all of a sudden the man did something that the traveler questioned. He threw the other shoe out of the window. The traveler asked, "Why did you throw the other shoe?" The man explained, "No matter how expensive the pair of shoes were, the remaining one is useless to me. So why not throw out the other shoe so whoever picks them up will have a brand new pair?" There are things in your life you are holding on to which are of no value to you. Don't you think it's time to separate yourself from those things? I think it is. This is Coach Lamont. Make today your best U-Day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Eric, I think it's time for you to hand over some of those lunch boxes that you collect, because
yes.
you said they were worth a lot of money.
Let them go. I guess what he's saying is I should, if the thermos flew out the window, I should throw the lunchbox
Yeah,
out
absolutely.
too.
I'm just thinking, if I had a pair of red bottoms, I would not be throwing them anywhere.
You would be
out the
jumping
window.
out of the window as well, too.
Exactly, to
Stop
get
at
that
the
shoe
next stop,
back.
get out, walk the train tracks and go get it. He is right about, when you let things go and not let them eat at you, I mean, to me, for me, at least with my personality, because I'm kind of a go type of person, letting something go is hard for me. That's probably one of the, I think what he's saying is learn to let the problem go and understand that you can't control it all,
Yeah.
and let that go and then work on something you can't control. That's tough for me.
And sometimes greater things are coming.
Yeah, true.
Have you ever seen the meme where they have Jesus holding like a huge teddy bear behind his back, and the little kid was like, "But why can't I have it?" It was because something better is on the way.
Exactly.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
one.
It's
Yeah,
a cute
no,
one.
I know what you're talking about. I think this is true for relationships. This is true for different things in your life. You just gotta let it go at some point and know that something better is gonna be out there in the future.
I had bosses who would say, you got to leave your baggage outside. You know how they say anything personal that's going on, you gotta
Leave it at
put
the door.
Leave it at the door. Go. That is really
and that
difficult.
comes with maturity. Absolutely. I had a mentor of mine. She said, "Do not take that drama from work back home," but she said that comes with just time.
Yeah.
It's hard because, well, for me, I got to the point. My wife says I'm the best compartmentalizer in the world because now I can put things on back shelf and say I can't fix that right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fixer. I want to fix it and move on. But if I can't, I got to put it over to the side.
I struggle with that. I'm such a perfectionist. I'm such a people pleaser that I really struggle to compartmentalize things these days, and that's something that I just need to work on. And I have
hard.
trouble letting go of things, again, because I'm such a people pleaser and
Yeah.
perfectionist.
I just want to fix it. I want
Yep.
to fix it and move on. Sometimes
Make it
you can't
better.
do that. All right, we'll take a break. We're coming right back. Stay there, please. feels so much nicer out there today as we watch some of the humidity levels start to drop down a little bit. We always want that to happen, especially this time of the year. Not all that common once you get into June, but we get a little gift today. 87 degrees in the Triad. You head east, it gets warm pretty quickly. Wilmington at 92, Myrtle Beach and the Grand Strand at 91. Central South Carolina, Columbia is always hot, and at 92 degrees there. Boone is comfortable at 73. Mentioned this a moment ago, but with those humidity levels, the dew points are down. That's in the comfortable range, and we only stay there for about a day or two, and then things will change, especially as we get into Friday evening. You'll feel that humidity push back up again. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, that's a beautiful day. Friday's great. Take a half day. 82 degrees, partly cloudy. Don't tell your boss I said that. Zoom out to the wide shot. Some of those showers in the Sandhills and Coastal Plain, but for the Triad and back to the mountains, we're in good shape for a while. We're kind of in between a couple systems, right? This front is moving through as we speak. High pressure moves in. That keeps things really comfortable, especially for tomorrow. And then we wait for that rain to come in overnight Friday night, courtesy of that cold front right there, and into Saturday. But I do believe by the, let's say, end of the day on Saturday and going into Saturday evening, we look like we're in pretty good shape there. I think the rain chances are 40%. Again, first half of the day Saturday, and then by Sunday, we're at 86. With good conditions, lots of sunshine then and dry. Next week we get hot, low 90s. That's most of the work week, Monday through Thursday, and every afternoon just a very slight 20% chance of a late day shower or thunderstorm. All right, today we say happy birthday to one of the most famous Disney characters, Donald Duck. In case you didn't know, it's National Donald Duck Day because 88 years ago today he first appeared in a Disney cartoon. He looks great for 88. Mickey's sometimes selfish but always funny friend has made people laugh for decades. So I asked you on Facebook to tell us your favorite Disney character and why. Lots of good answers here. Stephanie said, happy birthday, Donald, but Mickey and Minnie are my favorite lovely couple. We got a lot of those, too. Mickey and Minnie still pull the crowds there. Kathy said, Tinkerbell, she's small, can fly, is magic, and sassy. Joyce said, this is Looney Tunes, but still, I like it. Foghorn Leghorn, still my favorite. I love watching him. He still makes me laugh. Brenda said, Goofy, I've always loved his personality. He's been my favorite since childhood. And Sheena said, Donald Duck is my favorite. I have my first stuffed Donald Duck, still have it. I got it when I was a baby. So that stuffed animal is 33 years old and in great shape.
Can't you do the Donald Duck voice?
Yeah.
I can't do that one.
You could do Mickey though, right?
I did Mickey for my friends' kids. We go, oh, hey, what do you say, Donald? I would do that on the phone for my friends.
That is perfect. Oh my gosh.
I would say, I mean, there's so many Disney characters. I get out of the original group when I talk about my favorites. It's
Okay.
more like the Genie and Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast, like those. I love that. I love Woody and Buzz too. Great.
I said Mulan was my favorite. I just
really?
love
Love
the movie. I love the
Mulan.
cartoon, and I like the remake that they did back in 2020. I love the music, the songs, the outfits, and I love that it's about girl power. She's not your typical Disney princess.
No. Yeah.
I
really
forgot
like
about
her.
Winnie the Pooh. Let me say that.
Oh,
Because when
that
I
is
was
a good.
kid,
Winnie
I
the
had all the
Pooh.
Winnie the
Me
Pooh
too.
clothes, the overalls, and all that kind
I
of
had
stuff.
little golf shirts with his head. Right? I love.
Oh my gosh, I had all the Winnie the Pooh, like little figurine things that you could play
Tigger.
with.
Yes. They're
Oh.
great.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I will have to say my favorite though is Rapunzel from Tangled.
Oh, that's a good movie.
that.
I love the movie, and then I feel like I'm so much like her. Like she's very quirky and kind of weird, and like just like that is me to a T. So I just always have liked her.
I
a
thought
lot.
that was one of the best. When I said Winnie the Pooh, it just because it was so important to me in my childhood. It was even bigger than Mickey Mouse to me when I was little. So when the twins were born, it was my first kids. I did a classic Pooh mural on the wall because I like to draw. So I did that paint in their room.
Can you do a Tigger?
Can't do
T-I
Tigger.
double girl.
I wish I
Is
could.
that how you did it?
I love him.
What other Disney character can you do?
I can't do. I can do Elmo a little bit.
Oh, that's not Disney.
Elmo loves State. No, yeah, that's Sesame Street. But I did that for my friends' kids too. They
Okay.
had me call them and do things. That's it. That's pretty much it. Always wanted to do Winnie, but he's difficult. I met the guy that did his voice though once.
Oh,
Sterling
awesome.
Hall. Yeah, that was
Wow.
really cool. Interesting. I digress. We'll be back.
Okay, you have to check this out. Officials in the city of Amarillo, Texas are asking for help identifying a creature spotted outside of their local zoo. Staffers say they saw the picture last month as they were reviewing some of their surveillance video. Since then, all sorts of guesses identifying this strange human-like animal have poured in. Some say mini Bigfoot, werewolf, or maybe even Sonic the Hedgehog. Staffers say whatever or whomever it was kept their distance and never entered the zoo.
That's the pose Lauren and I were doing.
It's like
Look at him.
walking.
That is very creepy.
That's creepy.
But I feel like it has to be a person because look at those legs. I feel
Gotta
like
get a
it could be a
closer look.
person
Yeah.
with like a mask or
But also,
some type
what was
of, like,
a person doing out
headdress
there
or being
at
creepy?
1:25 in the morning?
Hoping to get news coverage, and they got it.
I mean, that is just so
It is
interesting.
creepy.
It's
Was it-
weird.
I haven't seen. There's not video, I guess. I haven't seen video.
I don't think I've seen the video. It's just the picture that they put out. The
Because
city
I wanted
did.
to see if it was like, was it walking, or would they just get still images? Or Florida, when I lived in Florida, they had something like that called the skunk ape. That's what they called it. Same kind of thing. Oh, he's going to show it here.
The skunk.
Now it
ape.
looks like they make it walk by just panning across the camera.
I don't know.
That is just
what that
really odd. I
is.
mean, maybe there are such things as werewolves. I mean, we all believed in Twilight at some
Look at
point.
that.
So.
I mean,
That is
sure, why
creepy,
not?
Now
Creepy.
you know people will go and camp out and try to catch it again.
Yeah.
Maybe this is all just a publicity stunt.
I
this
thought
is
about
someone
that
from the
too.
zoo that like dressed up as something.
It might be. Might
Could be, because I mean, it just look at those legs. That has to be like
know.
half human,
But they're
half
kind of
something
like,
else.
they're weirdly like kind of
They're
sunken
just like
in.
they're like this. This is the pose.
You can't see it.
I love the post says, is it a UAO, an unidentified Amarillo object? And they say the chupacabra too, which is kind of a legendary, like a vampire type animal thing.
I don't know. This is in Texas.
No.
There's a lot of weird things out there.
I think everyone's going to be on the hunt to find this.
I want to know.
I think it's a
Creature.
werewolf. I'm for werewolf.
You're going
I think it's
werewolf?
someone from the zoo. Publicity stunt.
I'll go with that. We're coming back. There it is.
Coming
You
to get
decide.
you. Welcome back. I'm Stacey Spivey with Eric Chilton, and our very own Lauren had to head out for a very special awards ceremony. She's actually being recognized as one of the top 40 under 40 in the Triad, so she's going to that award ceremony.
Good for her. Very excited. Welcome to all of you watching the 4 to 5 right here on WFMY News 2, also on Fire Stick, Roku, and our app. And if you're tuning in on Facebook, make sure give us a shout out in the comments there. We'll try to chat with you during the commercial breaks.
Now we want to get to our top story at 4:30. The quest to increase affordable housing in the Triad. Folks at home, raise your hand if you or someone you know has recently complained of rising rent costs. I know a lot of people in the newsroom, right? Well, we're not alone. Rising rent is a common concern these days.
Yeah, we buzzed around Twitter today and found several people echoing similar frustrations here. Lex says, so we're not going to talk about Greensboro increasing rent prices to no less than $1,300 across the board. My coworker says her friend is going from an $800 lease to a $1,200 renewal.
Ooh, and Carolina Blue Sky says she pays about the same in rent for a townhouse with a yard as rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in like Raleigh, Charlotte, or Greensboro.
According to a local real estate broker, rent has risen over 24% since the start of the pandemic. Unfortunately, it's still projected to go higher.
Today, Greensboro mayoral candidates, current Mayor Nancy Vaughn and Justin Outline, addressed those concerns during a public forum. The Greensboro Housing Coalition moderated this event, and here's a snippet of what both of those candidates had to say.
Many of my realtor friends have used down payment assistance through the through Sophia Crisp's group, but I feel that we need to raise that assistance. It was a maximum of $10,000. I believe that needs to be raised to $15,000 for first-time home buyers.
The city council, led by the mayor, who has the unique power to set the agenda for the city council and bring focus on these issues, have to make the difficult decisions. That includes focusing, as the report states, on those persons who make 30% of the area median income. That means that resources should go there and not go to supporting people who are certainly in need, but make over 100% of the area median income. That is another way of saying more than the average Greensboro resident.
Well, next month, Greensboro voters will decide who will be their next mayor in the municipal election on July 26th. We'll also hear more about both candidates' affordable housing solutions coming up tonight at 5 o'clock. I really know that this is an issue. A unique angle to this is I did a story last week with the Guilford County Animal Services, and they said that they've seen just an influx of animals being, surrendered to the shelter because people are being evicted out of their homes.
I mean, if you think of, so if rent's going up 24% roughly, they said, inflation's way up, so that adds to problems. There are so many people that, and gas, that's right, and gas, you can't, everybody has to adjust their budgets, which means they're going to have to give up their places that they love and go a step down or try to move in with somebody, get roommates. I know they said, I heard a realtor say that they're hearing more now of people who can, obviously families usually can't do this, but people who are single are all going to get roommates now. Like they're all trying to do that to cut costs because they can't handle it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough out there. I know Winston-Salem has been dealing with an increase in their homeless population too, and I don't know where, I don't know what the solution is, because this problem just seems to be getting much worse as we go on, and it's like, when is it going to stop?
It has to stop. Yeah, at some point we have to figure that. I think, our economy is still reeling from pandemic, and in lots of cases there were lots of money being put back into the economy by giveaway programs and that type of thing. But where does that money come from? What are the repercussions? One of my friends who's a financial planner said it's going to take us 5 to 10 years to get back to where we were before, or at least an adjusted version of where we were. So.
And I hear people talking about a recession too, so.
It's already, feels like we're
buckle
there already.
Up.
Yeah. All right, let's turn to our 4 to 5 roundup for you now. And today, the bipartisan committee investigating the January 6th U.S. Capitol attack kicks off a series of hearings. House members have conducted more than 1,000 interviews and plan to lay out some of their findings. They're also expected to present never-before-seen material and speak with filmmakers who documented the entire event. That first hearing is tonight at 8 o'clock. Right now, the BBB is sounding the alarm on employment scams. The organization says 30% of these tricks happen during the summer. Experts say criminals will pose as a company looking to hire. They'll send you a check to buy equipment, then ask you to send back any money left over. The victims quickly find out the check was fake and now need to pay back that money. The Better Business Bureau says always do your research and be wary if the company asks you to send any money. Now, if you're the kind of person who puts sriracha on just about everything, that would be me. You want to listen close here. A huge sriracha manufacturer says a severe shortage of chili peppers is forcing them to halt production. They say unusually warm temperatures this year are affecting the quality of the chili pepper harvest. Even if you don't use sriracha, officials say it's likely used in other zesty foods. Spicy mayo, it's used in a lot of chicken sandwiches, sushi rolls, and other fiery dishes there. And check your pantries. We've got more peanut butter problems to talk about. Today, the FDA flagged several other products, ranging from protein powder snacks to baked goods. Right now, they are investigating an outbreak of salmonella in 18 different companies. Experts recommend just kind of erring on the side of caution when consuming any peanut-based product because it could contain repacked Jif peanut butter. For a full list of those products, visit our website, WFMYnews2.com.
Fireworks, freedom runs, and a free wedding. It's all part of this year's Fun 4th Festival in downtown Greensboro to celebrate America's birthday. The festival was canceled in 2020 and last year's was modified for safety reasons. This year, the Independence Day celebrations are back in full swing and all starts at 7:30 in the morning with the Freedom Run. The Freedom Fest starts at noon and goes until 6. Vendors are back this year. Of course, there'll be good food, music, and street performers. New this year will be the red, white, and roller skating rink, a balloon maze, and interactive games in Fantastic Alley. They're also bringing back the red, white, and say I do, so 4 lucky couples will be chosen to get married during the festival with an officiant, flowers, and a mini reception included.
It is really based on, we want to know your story. Tell us why, why you want to get married on July 4th. Tell us your story about, how you're together and why you want to get married, and the top 4 stories will be chosen.
So wedding winners will be announced on June 21st. During the festival, there will also be a wagon decorating contest and best dressed contest. But really, everyone's a winner because everything is free.
It's a free event to bring the community together. And as we've gone through this the last 3 years, bringing the community back together in a safe, free, fun environment, I think is important for any community.
This will also be the first festival incorporating the social district. This means you can take drinks from a restaurant in your social district cup and walk around with it at the festival in your hand. So everything will wrap up with the fireworks at the Greensboro Grasshoppers game at First National Bank Stadium. The festival is still in need of volunteers though, so for more information on that as well as signing up for that wedding contest, you can find a link in this story on our website. A lot of fun to be had out there.
It's a favorite festival for a lot of people in the summertime. And, I like this year they kind of have it in more of a compact area where, it used to be so sprawling over so a huge area of the downtown. It was almost too much to try to take in the day. Now it's all within walking distance. And I think that social district will make a difference. People have that atmosphere like they're all at a gathering together, like a neighborhood party kind of thing. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, and I think it will really bring attention to a lot of downtown businesses. People want to go in, see if they can get a drink there and then walk out and walk around. I think it's going to be a great time. I will have to say, however, there is one thing that does cost money. That's the dunking booth.
Oh, that's right. I did that.
It's $1 for 3 balls to hit. So
I was in it. Dave Aiken from Rock 92 was there right after me. We were both in there for an hour, and I'm telling you, it was so funny to watch.
Didn't you say a little girl came up to dunk you?
Yes, a little girl. She was probably 6, and she just ran up and just hit the target and knocked me in the water. It was fun.
Way to go, girl.
Remains to be seen if I'm doing that again this year or not. Weather is always warm. That's just the way it is, right, for 4th of July. So let's talk about our forecast locally and see what we'll have out there. In the short term, I guess that's not that far away, is it? a few weeks, yeah. In the short term, we're looking pretty good. You want to look at these temperatures all across the Carolinas as a whole because there's that pattern, right? So obviously Hilton Head's getting a little bit of rain at 77, but meanwhile you head up to where it's drier and hotter, and that would be Wilmington and Myrtle Beach. They're in the low 90s right now. 87 in the Triad, much more comfortable in those hills, 73 in Boone, Asheville 79, and comfortable situation with dew points for us, maybe for another day or so, but once we get to that Friday night period, that humidity level is going to go on the increase, and we also look for a shower chance. Not during the day though. Tomorrow, less humid, partly cloudy, 82. That's not bad, but look at this long range outlook, and we'll take you through the whole ball of wax here, the 7-day. Low 80s Friday, Saturday. The difference, Friday's dry, but then Saturday, not Friday night, overnight by the way, but Saturday first half of the day, showers and thunderstorms. We look for that high of 81. We go up to 86 as we head into your Sunday. That is a beautiful day. And then we get a little warm, folks. Low 90s. That's about 7 or 8 degrees above normal. That 92. We'll hover around there for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and a slight afternoon rain chance.
Today's Senior Spotlight shines a light on a Guilford County Schools graduate heading off to college on a free ride to one of the top universities in the nation. But that's not all. Her school of choice just so happens to be right here in North Carolina. Selena Collins told WFMY News 2's Tracy McCain she had several options, but the word free made her decision very easy.
It can take a lifetime to discover your purpose.
I'm so proud of you.
But 17-year-old Selena Collins developed hers out of a passion for education.
I think I want to go into education policy, so after I graduate, I'll probably go to law school or something like that, so I can kind of be like a lobbyist or something like that.
Her goals to guarantee a solid education for everyone came out of the instruction she received at the AP Capstone Academy at Western Guilford High School.
I mean, it was the best experience. Like when I look back on all my classes, this was the cornerstone of my high school experience. Right now it's a 4.6, but hopefully when everything gets finalized, it'll go up a little bit.
She holds herself to a very high standard.
She's someone that's reliable. We can always count on her, and I'm so proud of her.
Like last year I got a B, and I know it might not be like a big deal, but like the B hurt my feelings.
So your failure level is a what now?
A B.
I just wanted to make sure I heard you right.
Straight A's, her 6th class ranking, and her passion for others drew the attention of some of the best schools in the region.
I applied to Duke, Carolina, NC State, UNCG, UNC Charlotte.
Wanting to stay close to home,
I'm going to go to Duke University.
she remembers the moment like it was yesterday.
On a Saturday, it was a Saturday of the Duke Carolina game. I just found my prom dress. It was a good day. It was a good day.
Selena is going on a full ride scholarship, one of the handful of students to be awarded the highly competitive BN Duke scholarship.
I got rejected from some other scholarships and stuff like that. So after like all that, I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to get into Duke. And I'm not top of my class or anything. So I was like, yeah, no.
Education aside, when you're watching sports, are you cheering for Duke normally?
I'm not going to lie. I was cheering for Carolina before. My dad went to Carolina, so I was going for Carolina. Now I'm all the way Blue Devils.
How does he take in that?
Honestly, I think we might have a future Blue Devil on our hands, people.
With tuition at Duke costing $80,000 a year, scholarship money played a major role in her decision.
You ended up with a bunch of scholarship money, right?
Yeah.
How much was it? Do you remember?
It was over $1 million.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
So then it just came down like I need to apply for these different scholarships that schools have, because I didn't want to come out of school and have like 6 figures worth of debt.
Now she can look at her future debt-free.
Wow, that's a lot of money. Okay, but she's also a tutor, a Girl Scout, captain of the girls' track team, and all on these youth boards. She's only 17 and her resume is already longer than most. Congratulations. We wish you the best of luck. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together like a classic combination.
Another check of the forecast with some pretty good temperatures until we get to next week. We'll turn the heat up then, but in the meantime, not too bad. You see some of the cloud cover down east. Let's go out to a broader picture here, and you can see really from just east of, say, Sanford and Montgomery County and that in Lee County onto the coast, you see a scattered shower or two. That is that cold front making its way by, and it will move out of here. Here as we head into Friday morning. This is Friday afternoon. Notice the clouds start to build in. We'll stop it here. This is Saturday morning at 9, and that heavier line of showers moving through. Maybe a thunderstorm or two embedded in all that. This is Saturday at 4:50 p.m. Again, once that clears us, we're in really good shape with clearer conditions for your Sunday. Coastal sections, though, have some rain to deal with in case you're headed to the beach. Highs in the low to mid 80s for Friday and Saturday.
I had absolutely no idea skin cancer was something you had to worry about when you were younger and in your 20s.
Erica Fegler got her first skin check at 21 after her mom was diagnosed with skin cancer. And it changed how she thought about sun protection, which then led her to, well, design these clothes.
Every single conversation I had really led me to want to start my own brand to help people be proactive versus reactive in their sun protection. The Skin Cancer Foundation, and they perform tests on it, and they are the determining factor of what has that UPF rating.
Her skin-safe clothing line is called LUV, L-U-V, and it means low ultraviolet. It's always cool to me how something that happens in your family or to you in life, right, that could be really scary and really a down thing for you, then becomes a good thing for other people.
Plus, it sounds like she wants it to be stylish but still useful, right? So they're clothes that look good but still have a purpose.
Yeah, and she was kind of like, you know, a lot of these sun clothes are made either for kids or for older folks. And she's like, I want something that like I would actually wear.
Right. Yeah, because when I think of the clothing that has like UV protection in it, I think of baby clothes, baby hats, and that kind of stuff. So it's great for other people to have another option.
All right, so let me show you this right here because it's not just a shirt to wear to the beach. Her website, which we're pulling up, shows sundresses for women and hats and gaiters and all sorts of other things, even like beach sarongs and stuff like that, so that you can have that sun protection in like almost anything that you wear.
What?
I know, right?
And it blocks out a lot.
And it's so cute too.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a UPF 50, which means that it allows just 1/50th of the UV radiation to reach your skin. So you don't even have to put the lotion on, you just wear the clothes. All right, no matter what happens, sunscreen, sunglasses, sun clothing, whatever you choose, the main thing is, folks, you just gotta wear it. We'll be back.
Hey.
Time management is so wackadoodle.
Hey, you need a mic check from me. We are talking about the bizarre.
And it changes too. I'm catching this guy, so it might change a little bit.
Always look beautiful.
And then, so if I wanted to come in to get a test at like midnight.
Hi, Kelly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
North Carolina A&T professor Andrew Kuo says even
All right, ready. Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland. I want to take a moment to tell you how great my coworkers are. No doubt they're the best at making people feel welcome and supported. Check out these pictures from Julie Luck's newsroom cubicle. It was decorated to the nines for when she returned to work this week. Lots of my coworkers wrote inspiring messages on Post-it notes to make certain she felt all the positive vibes on that first day back. Some simply said, "Welcome back." Others were more personal, like this one that said, "You're such a fighter and your journey has inspired so many people." Another one said, "Thank you again for sharing your story. I took a loved one to an appointment recently." One read, "Your journey has touched, inspired, and saved lives. We love you, Warrior Queen." Now keep in mind, Julie has been out of the office for more than 4 months. There are several new employees here who have yet to work with her. One of our newest reporters wrote, "So happy you're coming back to show me the ropes." Julie certainly felt the love this week, not just from us, from you too. From the stack of cards she received to the flowers that showed up by the bunches this week. Then there are the tens of thousands of messages you have left her on social media. I can't imagine what the last 4 months were like for her, but I know the people around her and those rooting from afar made it better. For that, we thank you. That's just my 2 cents, and you're 4 to 5. WFMY News 2 at 5 starts right now.